Welcome to the series of the Python. So in the last video we had a discussion on functions in the Python. In this video we are going to discuss object-oriented programming. So let's get started. So very first question arises is, what is object-oriented programming? So basically object-oriented programming is nothing but where we will define multiple classes, we will define multiple methods in those classes, and we will create different objects of the classes. The main advantage of the Python is object-oriented programming language. So even Python can be used as a scripted language as well as object-oriented language. So what are different benefits of object-oriented language? First one is code reusability. You can use the same code again and again. So you can use the same class to create multiple objects. Easy maintenance. With the help of classes, you can directly maintain the code very easily. And third one is the better structure. So your code will have some better structure with the help of object-oriented programming. So the very first question is, what is class and what is object? Class is nothing but a blueprint of an object. It is a simple template from which you will create the multiple object. And second is, what is object? Object is nothing but a instance of a class. So it is created from a class. Now let's consider an example where we are creating a class car. So every class start with a keyword class and the name of the class. So car colon, then we call the constructor. So def underscore init is a constructor. So for this constructor we will pass self, keyword and the attributes of the class, brand and the speed. So for the class car we have two attributes, brand as well as the speed, and then we are just declaring the value self.brand equal to brand and self.speed equal to speed. And again we have defined one method called as a drive, where the output of the method is the name of the brand is driving at the given speed. So this is how you can create the class. So even in class you can add the docstring if you would need. So to create any class, start with the keyword class. So here we have created the class. Now let's create the object. So car1 equal to car, and we have just passed the values Tesla and 120. And if you just call the method dot drive, so the expected output would be Tesla is driving at 120 km/h. So you can create n number of objects from this class car. So the main advantage of object-oriented programming is you can reuse the same class again and again. Just create an object, call the class, pass the arguments and get the result. This is the main advantage of object-oriented programming. Now next is inheritance. So what is the inheritance? Basically inheritance means we will just allow one class to reuse the another. Means we will just inherit the properties of one class to the another class. Right? Now what does it mean? So we have created a class electric car, passing the car. So you can see in the previous cell we have created a class named the car. So this car we are using as a parent class to create the electric car. So whatever class you will declare in the parenthesis after name of the class will be its parent class or a base class. Then the question arises, what should be the base class for this car? So the base class for this car is object. So always remember the base class for every class where you are not declaring any parent class, it is object. So we have defined a method called as a charge. So self.brand is charging. Now if I create an object for this class electric car Nissan Leaf, 19, and even you can use the .drive method from the parent class car which we defined in this class. So the output is Nissan Leaf is driving at 90 km/h. Means what? We have just derived the properties of this car class into the electric car. And even you can use this .charge method. So Nissan Leaf is charging. This is called as inheritance. So basically in Python we have single inheritance, multiple inheritance and multi-level inheritance. So with the help of inheritance you can reuse the another class. Next is encapsulation. So what is the encapsulation? Basically encapsulation means hiding the internal details. So even you can hide the attributes of your class. Now consider the example of a class bank. So here we have defined a class named bank account. We have called the constructor with self.balance. With this double underscore you can just make it as a private attribute. So basically in object-oriented programming we can have a public attribute, we can have a private attribute and we can have a protected attribute. So if you want to hide the details, you can just use the encapsulation. Same goes for the deposit. If you are depositing any amount, same goes for getting the balance. So if I just created an object, bank account 5000, account.deposit 1000, get balance, directly output you would get is 6000. So this is how, with the help of encapsulation, you can just hide the internal details. And the next and last concept from object-oriented programming is polymorphism. Polymorphism means same thing can have different functionality, or a same function can behave differently. Consider a class dog. So for this class dog, we have defined a method called as speak and return bark. Same, we have created a class cat where the defined method is speak and return is meow. Now if I create one more function, let's say animal sound, and we are passing the animal, print animal dot speak, and if I just call the animal sound for the dog and for the dog and the cat, you can see output is bark and meow. So if a same method has a different output, it is called as a polymorphism. So in object-oriented programming, we had a discussion on the class, objects, methods, inheritance, polymorphism and encapsulation. So this is the most important concept from the Python, since Python is also used as object-oriented programming. So in the next session, we will have a discussion on the exception handling. So stay tuned. Till then, take care. Bye bye.